Welcome to channel. In this episode, we will address an important question we all are asking for sometime. Is reality a carefully woven tapestry of destiny, or is it merely noise? In this episode of Mind, Soul, and Reality, we explore the architecture of chance. Since the dawn of consciousness, humanity has asked one persistent question. Is the universe a machine or a mistake? We look for scripts written in the stars and reasons behind our tragedies. Is reality a carefully woven tapestry of destiny, or is it merely noise? Our brains are biological engines designed to detect patterns. We see faces in the clouds and narrative arcs in random history. This survival mechanism helps us predict danger, but it also deceives us into seeing order where none exists. On the largest scale, the universe is not random. It follows a rigorous structure. Gravity sculpts galaxies into vast, interconnected webs that look strikingly like neural networks. These are the walls and voids of the cosmos, dictated by physical laws set at the beginning of time. Look at the shape of a galaxy. It is not a chaotic blob, but a graceful spiral governed by angular momentum and gravity. This same spiral appears in hurricanes and seashells, suggesting a universal rule of efficiency. Yet, zoom in to the smallest scale, and the order crumbles. In the quantum realm, particles exist only as probabilities until they are observed. Here, randomness is not just a lack of knowledge. It is a fundamental feature of reality. There is fights back with geometry. The golden ratio, or phi, appears obsessively in the natural world. From the arrangement of leaves to the proportions of the human body, math acts as a blueprint for growth. Despite entropy, nature fights back with geometry. The golden ratio, or phi, appears obsessively in the natural world. From the arrangement of leaves to the proportions of the human body, math acts as a blueprint for growth. The deeper we probe into the fundamental constants of nature, the more we confront the startling precision of the anthropic principle. It appears that the universe is fine-tuned for life with an accuracy that defies statistical probability. If the force of gravity were slightly stronger, stars would burn out too quickly for life to evolve. If it were slightly weaker, galaxies would never have formed at all. This Goldilocks scenario, where the conditions are not too hot, not too cold, but just right, forces a profound question. Is this calibration a lucky accident in a multiverse of dead worlds, or does it signal that the universe was, in some fundamental way, pregnant with the possibility of consciousness from the start? For the seeker, this principle suggests that we are not accidental tourists in a hostile cosmos, but native to the fabric of reality itself. Inside every living cell is a strict linguistic code. DNA is not random. It is a precise sequence of instructions for building an organism. It is the ultimate biological order, passed down through billions of years. However, evolution relies entirely on the failure of that order. Mutations are random copying errors, accidents of chemistry. Without these random mistakes, life would never change, never adapt, and we would not exist. In complex systems, tiny changes lead to massive, unpredictable outcomes. This is the butterfly effect, sensitive dependence on initial conditions. It means that while the weather follows laws, it remains practically unpredictable beyond a few days. Nature loves fractals, patterns that repeat endlessly at different scales. A single fern leaf looks exactly like the whole branch, and a coastline looks the same from a plain as it does from the beach. This is organized roughness, a bridge between chaos and order. We often say history repeats itself, implying a cyclical structure to human time. Empires rise and fall with a rhythmic predictability. Is this a law of sociology or simply human nature making the same mistakes over and over? An individual person is unpredictable, but a crowd is a mathematical certainty. You cannot know what one person will buy, but you can predict exactly what 1,000,000 people will buy. In the aggregate, human freedom collapses into statistical patterns. Economists speak of the random walk theory. They argue that short-term market changes are entirely erratic and reacting to news that hasn't happened yet. Despite our algorithms, the financial heart of the world beats with an irregular, chaotic rhythm. We experience moments of synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. You think of a friend, and they call immediately. Science calls this the law of truly large numbers. Given enough opportunities, unlikely events become inevitable. Determinism suggests that if you knew the position and speed of every particle in the universe, you could predict the future perfectly. In this view, the Big Bang was the first domino push. Everything that happens to you today was locked in 13.8 billion years ago. But human consciousness feels like a break in the chain of cause and effect. We deliberate, we struggle, and we choose against our instincts. If the universe is purely mechanical, the sensation of choice is our greatest illusion. Watch water freeze. It transitions from fluid chaos to rigid geometric order. This phase transition shows how structure emerges spontaneously from randomness. Order does not always require a designer. Sometimes it only requires the right temperature. Your brain operates on the edge of chaos. If it were too ordered, you would have a seizure. Too random, and you would be incoherent. Consciousness seems to surf the narrow channel between stability and instability. Perhaps randomness is just a pattern we are too small to see. To an ant, a rug is a chaotic landscape of fibers. To a human, it is a symmetric Persian design. It is safer to mistake a rock for a bear than a bear for a rock. We are descendants of the paranoid, those who saw patterns everywhere. This biological bias makes us allergic to the idea of pure randomness. Chaos theory teaches us that there is order within disorder. Seemingly random systems actually follow complex, non-linear loops. Chaos is not the absence of rules. It is just rules that are incredibly difficult to calculate. We edit our lives into stories to make them bearable. We delete the boring, random Tuesday afternoons and highlight the dramatic turning points. We create a structured plot for our lives effectively backward, after the events have already occurred. The truth is likely a dance between the two. Structure provides the stage, and randomness provides the improvisation. Without structure, nothing exists. Without randomness, nothing happens. Whether the universe is random or determined may matter less than how we react to it. We are the meaning makers. The ultimate pattern is the one we choose to create through our actions, carving our own order out of the noise. What are your thoughts whether we are designed in God's lab or we are random created by chance from the stardust? Please comment below. Please subscribe the channel, like and share to friends. See you in next episode. Bye-bye.